Welcome back to the Cardman's Cards. I'm the Cardman. Yes. Today we're going to be doing Utopia combos. Some of the deck list might look a little bit different. I've done a bit more playtesting. Definitely could use the two cards here. Not sure if I think I ran Call by Cross. I think is new. I changed it up just slightly. Nothing crazy. Dropped a couple of numbers and things. The combos still work the same. It's just realizing I didn't need as many as I thought I originally did. So that's all. That's the only real difference. I'm going to go ahead and jump into first combo, and I will see you there. Okay. So with Utopia combos, you pretty much end on the same board with every single line. It doesn't really inherently change a whole lot. It just depends on what lines and how you sequence the combo. So you end on the same thing, but you do it differently almost every single time, depending on what you open. The only true full board one card starter is Go 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 Goblinberg. It guarantees you to add the trap while getting all your other monsters on the field. The other additional names of Zubababa Knight and Dododo Warrior, right? Yeah, Dododo Warrior. It's a 2-card combo, or you can do some really crazy stuff to get the counter trap as well. You would have to run, I think, an additional monster or something like that in the main deck for it. I'm not super concerned about it. There's ways to do it. I just don't remember what they are off the top of my head, and I want to get this video out sooner than later. So we're doing it this way. So let's go ahead and start with the combo. Let's go ahead and use the our normal summon for turn to normal summon Go 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 Goblinberg. And then he's gonna go use his effect to summon a non-warrior Go 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 monster. Summon Gigas. Summon Gigas in defense because he's big, bulky. And then we're gonna go ahead and Ixie summon into ZS Utopic Sage. Main reason we're going Sage first is because when he uses its effect, you can detach 2 and summon any ZW or ZS monster. So we're going to summon Ascended Sage, but it tributes 2 material as cost, so you're guaranteed to get one of these effects. We're going to go ahead and grab a Dododo Warrior. And then we're going to use Warrior's effect to send a Dododo monster from deck to grave, and then summon itself, become level 4. Summon. And then we're going to use the effect of Dododo Dwarf Go 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 Gloves in grave to summon itself, and then trigger the effect of Go 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 Gigas to summon. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect, which is fine because you're typically going first. So, just for future reference, if you ever summon him other than your first turn, you can't conduct your battle phase. Just for future reference, because I'm probably going to forget when I'm actually playing this deck. So, from here, you're going to go ahead and Ixies into Utopia double using Dododo Dwarf and your Ascended Sage. Now, 2 things are going to happen. We're going to trigger on summon effect of Ascended Sage to add the rank up spell, and then you're going to chain Utopia double's regular effect, detaching Dododo Warrior to grab double for nothing. Because now with that, you've already detached your Dododo Warrior for his effect, and you're also going to get inherent free monster off of this. So now you're going to switch into Leo Utopia Ray, grab the rank up spell, and then we're going to go ahead and add off of the Dododo Warrior to grab Zubababa Knight. Okay, and then use effective Utopia Ray, detach number 39, a Utopia double, equip Twin Pegasus. Reason we're doing double is because later in the combo you want to use Gaga Magician, the Ixies, to summon back the double for just an easy name. You could do it with something else too, but I want to put it in our grave early if I need to. So I could technically make it now with these 2 names, so I can I can make my Ixie monster or something like that. Just for sanity. That's But now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Dododo Dwarf, using his effect to special summon a Zubababa monster. Summon Zubababa Knight. Effect, add a Zubababa monster. We're going to go ahead and grab Zubababa Bancho, Gaga Coat. Now he's a level 4, so we're going to go ahead and take him and Dododo Dwarf to make a Gaga Girl. These names are going to be real confusing. Sorry if I miss them up occasionally. Girl's effect, detach knight, and we're going to go ahead and add the trap card here. Go ahead and add Xyz's Unbreakable Barrier, and then we're going to go trigger effect of knight to add a Gaga card. We're going to add Gaga Gambara Knight. Gambara Knight is actually another a generic monster. It also just became shifted into the Gaga monsters by using. Technically, its art has it equipped with Gaga Shield, so it's basically a fusion of a couple of those cards. And then we're going to go ahead and overlay into F-Zero using Sage and Girl, just to empty up, free up some board space. Then we're going to go into F-Zero, Trigger Future. Alright, now we have cleaned up some of our board. We're going to use, you can do this one of two ways. You can either use Bancho's effect, Gambara's Knight's effect just to summon itself and change of position, and then Subaba Bancho's effect to summon itself, or you can use Gambara Knight's effect just to summon both. So we're going to go ahead and reveal a Gaga monster, summon itself, and then use one of its effects. One of the effects is summoning a monster, and the other one is changing a battle position. So go ahead and summon Bancho, and we're going to use Bancho's effect to resurrect a is it Dododo? Yeah, Dododo monster from grave. We're going to grab Dododo Dwarf, summon him to attack because we're weird. And this is when we start finishing off the board by going Gaga Magician. We're going to go ahead and go for this guy. Effect of Gaga Magician. Detach Gambara Knight. Summon back the Utopia double. And then trigger the Gambara Knight effect to go ahead and go grab back Go Goblinberg. And then we're going to go ahead into topic Future Zexal. Using the two Dododo monsters I have, we're going to go ahead into generic Utopia. And then we're going to Xyz summon Prime on top. Mainly using Prime, you can either use Prime, Ray, anything, Lightning for God's sakes, anything that just puts itself on top of Utopia for additional material to get 2 uses out of Dragner. Now we're going to activate the rank up spell, targeting Prime, summon Dragner, Dragnar effect, go ahead and detach to summon any number monster, 1 from 100. Then summon Photon Lord. And then the effect of Hyper Rank Up to equip. And then we're going to go ahead and set. You can set the double or nothing if you want to. It's inherently in this line. It's not the greatest card to need, but it's a discard for future things. It's like, oh, I need a discard for this effect. Well, there you go. You have a discard. Free discard. Unbreakable Barrier is legit a Omni Negate. And then if you detach 2, you can pop a card. And then if you can banish it to equip another monster with it. So basically, you can replace a material by you just using its effect. So, okay, and we're going to go ahead to my end phase. During your opponent's turn, during their draw phase, you're going to go ahead and activate Dragnar again, detach 2, and then you're going to go ahead and summon good favorite, Hope Harbinger, spell negate. So typically, you're going to end on a monster negate with Draco Future, monster negate with Photon Lord, a take and negate with Zexal. Draco Future also takes, but just trying to get cards off the end board would be a little bit hard. Dragnar is a attack drop, so he'll drop to 0. Hope Harbinger is technically attack redirect if he has material, but if you negate a spell, it attaches to the material, so you typically have one. Leo is 2 monster negates inherently, one from himself, he's equipped with the ZW monster, and Pegasus has an effect of a negate. And then you're on top of an Omni Negate from Unbreakable Barrier. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 negates, and technically 8 pieces of interaction because you're messing with cards across the board. Just from the typical 1 card. So it's a pretty powerful M board. It kind of dies to like 3 particular cards. Droplets, if they send a monster and a trap, You can't respond with anything because you can't respond with your trap card, with Unbreakable Barrier, or any of your monster effects, which stinks. Dark Ruler is a big just you die card, and then Super Poly because it's a spell speed 4, and nothing um other than Utopic Draco Future and Zexal. Everything else can basically be interacted with. Utopic Future allows you not to target any other monster your opponent controls, but it's a fusion card. It doesn't target it; just uses it as material. So yeah, because everything's basically light warrior or something along those lines. Yeah, warrior. Only thing it's not is dragon. So they could legit eat your entire board with many fusions. Like Rubra is like 2 of the same. Swamp is 2 different with the same. You know what I mean. Super Poly is also a menace. Those 3 main cards are like the 3 to watch out for. The deck does try to droll, stuff like that. Droll, Nib. Any card that just gets rid of monsters before you can really play. Book of Moon can be a pain, especially if they hit early enough. Like say you go Goblinberg into Gigas and then they book Gigas and you're like, oh crap, now I can't overlay. Typical stuff like that. I think that's all the cards you're really gonna watch out for. There probably is more like Book of Lunar Eclipse would also suck. But other than that, I think that's everything for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the second combo line for your guys' demonstration because they are a bit different and they are a bit wacky of how you have to do things, but they're not inherently bad. So let's go ahead and get into the second one, which I do believe has no, is it Dodo Dwarf? Yeah, let's go Dodo Dwarf. Let's do that one next because that one seems pretty. That one's I think is pretty easy to comprehend as well. I think we'll save the hardest one for last. So, I'll see you there. And technically 8 pieces of interaction because you're messing with cards across the board. Just from the typical 1 card. So, it's a pretty powerful M board. It kind of dies to like 3 particular cards. Droplets, if they send a monster in a trap, you can't respond with anything because you can't respond with your trap card, with Unbreakable Barrier, or any of your monster effects, which stinks. Dark Ruler is a big just you die card, and then Super Poly because it's a spell speed 4, and nothing other than Utopic Draco Future and Zexal. Everything else can basically be interacted with. Utopic Future allows you not to target any other monster your opponent controls, but it's a fusion card. It doesn't target it; just uses it as material. So yeah, because everything's basically light warrior or something along those lines. Yeah, warrior. Only thing it's not is dragon. So they could legit eat your entire board with many fusions. Like Rubra is like 2 of the same. Swamp is 2 different with the same. You know what I mean. Super Poly is also a menace. Those 3 main cards are like the 3 to watch out for. The deck does try to droll, stuff like that. Droll, Nib. Any card that just gets rid of monsters before you can really play. Book of Moon can be a pain, especially if they hit early enough. Like say you go Goblinberg into Gigas and then they book Gigas and you're like, oh crap, now I can't overlay. Typical stuff like that. I think that's all the cards you're really gonna watch out for. There probably is more like Book of Lunar Eclipse would also suck. But other than that, I think that's everything for right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the second combo line for your guys' demonstration because they are a bit different and they are a bit wacky of how you have to do things, but they're not inherently bad. So let's go ahead and get into the second one, which I do believe has no, is it Dodo Dwarf? Yeah, let's go Dodo Dwarf. Let's do that one next because that one seems pretty. That one's I think is pretty easy to comprehend as well. I think we'll save the hardest one for last. So, I'll see you there. Okay. Dodo Dwarf. Factoman. combo 2, take 1, warrior. Okay, warrior, his name is really weird to say, basically starts and typically goes the same way as the Goblinberg line, and you just have to use multiple copies of names for that. And luckily, 2 names in particular count as each other. So let's go ahead and start using warrior. We're going to go ahead and send dwarf, summon, and then effective dwarf, resurrect. Again, we're going to go ahead and overlay straight into Utopic Sage, just for the basically changing a name for a name. And then detach both, summon a Sage, effective dwarf. Go ahead and grab Zubababa Knight. One will summon Knight. Knight effect, add a Zubababa monster. Go ahead and grab Boncho. Effective Boncho to summon. And the effective Boncho to resurrect. Okay. Then we go ahead and overlay Zubababa and ascend it into Utopia. Double. Then effective double. Since we use the Sense Sage, grab the rank up. And then effect to detach and grab the double or nothing. And then shift into Leo. Grab rank up. Effect. We'll check here. Do I grab? Gambara. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna go with Gambara here. Just double checking, grabbing Gambara, and then we're gonna use Gambara effect. Well, first off, we're gonna go ahead and use this to detach, to equip Twin Pegasus. Gambara effect. Reveal Gaga Girl. Summon. Effect to change. Switch. Then overlay for Gaga Girl. Then we're going to use Girl's effect to detach. And we're going to grab Onomatopara. Effective Gambara Knight. Going to go ahead and grab Go Goblinberg. Then we're going to use Para's effect to discard a card, add 2 of any of the names, being Go Do Gaga Zubaba. So we're going to go ahead and grab another copy of Boncho and Utopic Onomatopoeia. This count as any name. And then using the effect of Dwarf to summon a name. Summon Utopic Onomatopoeia. Then we're going to start condensing our board a little bit. We're going to use both of these guys to make F0. Effect to double attack. And then we're going to go ahead and take a future. Then activate the effect. Summon. So it can summon any name once each. So we're summoning Go, Zubaba, or Gaga, either or. We still got the 4 materials needed for both the other names. So we're going to go ahead and overlay these 2 for Gaga Magician, effective Gaga Magician, detach, and back Utopia double. Summon back Utopia double, not add. Go Goblinberg effect, go ahead and grab back another warrior. And then we make Insexel. And let's go for Utopia. And then Prime, just for the double material. effect of rank up, target, the Dragner, Dragon Summon, effect, detach 2, Photon Lord, and then during your opponent's draw phase, we go ahead and grab and summon Hope Harbinger. Hope Harbinger. Okay, so pretty much the same end board. You still technically recycle through all your names and go ahead and start on the same card you had. So you start with Dodo Warrior, you end with Dodo Warrior, any other cards you have. If you open any other combo piece here, you can basically use it instead of the Para to basically mitigate that effect, and you can grab the trap card, the counter trap. But if you don't have any other, if this is the only generic name you open, like say you open 4 hand traps and Warrior, this is what that one card can do by itself, by also cycling through almost everything else. Your typical combo is also going to eat through 90% of your extra deck because they have only 2 left. These 2 cards are very flexible spots. You can use them for whatever else. I have Eclipse Twins and also the Mathmech Nixie guy. I was testing him. I didn't really like it. I forgot to change it before the video, but it's okay. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show off the last combo line, which starts with Zubababa Knight, I think is the most convoluted out of the 3. I think. Yeah, I think it is. So I'll go ahead and jump to that, and I'll see you there. Okay, so when you start with Zubaba Knight, if you like, is the only monster you see, combo is a little weird because you have to sequence things really confusingly and really chaotically. Let's go. I'll show you how. So normal summon Zubaba Knight. Effect the Zubaba Knight. You're going to just go and grab Zubaba Monster, which is typical one you grab is Boncho. And use Boncho effect to summon himself. Boncho effect, summon. And then we're going to go ahead and overlay into Gaga Girl. Unfortunately, we have to do Gaga Girl really early in the line just to make sure we have any level of extension past this point. So we detach. Let's go ahead and grab Para, which is another add. And then we're going to use the effect of Knight to grab Utopic Onomatopoeia, just so we can use it for further down the line to summon more monsters. Use Para. Para pitch Onomatopoeia. Going to go ahead and grab another copy of Boncho. And if you're grabbing Boncho, you can grab Gambara Knight, just to get 2 monsters with 1 effect. So we're going to use Gambara Knight effect, reveal Gaga Magician, and then summon itself. And trigger its effect to summon Zubaba Boncho, Gaga Coat from hand. Then Boncho effect to resurrect. Go ahead and summon back the Utopic Onomatopoeia. Now we overlay these 2 for Sage. And then Sage effect and then detach 2. Summon Ascended. And then the effect of Gambara Knight. Go ahead and grab Go Goblinberg. Use the effect of Utopic Onomatopoeia. Special summon Go Goblinberg. Doesn't get its effect, it's only when normal summoned. And then you go ahead and overlay Goblinberg with Ascended for double. And then double effect since you use Ascended to grab rank up. And then effect to chain to detach to add double or nothing. Go and grab double or nothing. And then shift into Leo. Then use the effect to add. Then effect of Go Goblinberg. Go ahead and grab Dodo Dwarf. Now we're going to condense the board a little bit just to get some cards out of the way. We're going to go ahead and make F0 with these 2 as typical. And then F0 gets the effect due to Girl. And then we're going to go ahead and go Draco Future. Okay, now that the board's cleaned up a little bit, we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Dwarf. Dodo Warrior. Dodo Warrior. Send Dwarf. And we're going to use Dwarf's effect to resurrect itself since I control another card other than Zubaba, other than Go and Dodo. So I control Zubaba and Gaga. summon. And now you're thinking, oh wait, you only have 3 monsters. How are you going to make both names? Luckily, I can still detach more materials. Overlay these 2 for Gaga Magician. Oh, I forgot to activate this first. Detach this to equip Twin. Should have done that earlier, my bad. And then activate Magician, detach Warrior, come back Utopia, and get its effects. Then use the effect of Warrior. Go ahead and grab Boncho again. In this combo line, you basically use all 3 copies of Boncho. The reason you have to go Boncho here is because you already start with the other the Knight, and his effect is only once per turn. So if you even summon him again, it won't trigger, so he'll be level 3. So you have to grab another copy of Boncho here. Or if you wanted to run a second copy of Utopia Onomatopoeia, you could. Or any other Zubababa level 4 warrior if you wanted to grab. That's the only other solution. Then you go ahead and make Sexel with these 2 monsters. And then we're going to use the effect of Dwarf, Go Gloves, Summon, Coat, and then we're going to go ahead and overlay into Utopia. And then overlay into Prime, just for another activation of the card. And then hyper rank up. Dragner. Summon Dragner. Dragner effect. Go ahead and activate Dragner. Detach 2. Summon Photon Lord for the negation. Effective hyper rank up to equip. And then proceed to my opponent's draw phase, which then you activate Dragner again to go ahead and activate to detach 2. Summon Hope Harbinger. Okay, so you don't inherently end with... This is the only combo out of the 3 I'm showing that you don't end on the card you summon. The only reason you don't is because you have to have an additional name to get that 4th body to make the full board, excluding the trap. If you have another name, like any other name to summon that's Zubaba or... Zubaba or Gagaga, any of the others, you're perfectly fine. Just that circumstance, if it's the only one you have, you need to summon that particular card. Unfortunately, they don't have any more Bonchos in the deck. But at this point in the game, does it really matter? You're basically, if your opponent breaks this board, you lose. For one of 2 reasons. 1, you can't really do much else. And 3, most of your names are gone, just inherently. So, I do believe that's all the combos I'm going to show for today. There is no inherent 1-card combo for Gagaga Gambara Knight. The only thing he does is just summon another monster from hand. He doesn't do anything inherently by himself. So he's not as inherently good as I originally thought. He's a good card, don't get me wrong. But he's good in a select instances when you have more names in hand. He's a dead card by himself. So, other than that, I've been the Card Main Cards. This has been Utopia Combos, and until next time, keep collecting. Bye.